Mahama caught in the eye of a storm as the GJA declares a media blackout on him and dares him to a showdown in court over his alleged assault of a CTFM reporter.
So we have directed the parliamentary press corps to enforce the media blacklist on Farouk Aliu Mahama, and I hope, and we hope, they will enforce same in our collective interest to end impunity against journalists.
Meanwhile, tensions are still brewing within MPP ranks in Yendi as a dispute over the parliamentary primary results remain unresolved more than a week after the polls. Farouk Mahama's contender is insisting tonight that party officers conspired with the incumbent MP to rig the polls. And Top Story is always brought to you by Vodafone. Tonight, the Member of Parliament for Yendi, Farouk Mahama, has been caught in the eye of a storm. In Yendi tonight, tensions are still brewing as a dispute over the parliamentary primary results remain unresolved more than a week after the polls. Mr. Mahama's contender has been insisting today that party officers conspired with him to rig the polls. We'll bring you an update on where the party is tonight in bringing some finality to that particular dispute, coming on the back of an Electoral Commission statement last week in which they were emphatic that there hasn't been a winner. While that is raging, and we will hear from his main contender shortly. In the last hour, the Ghana Journalists Association has declared a media blackout on him and has dared him to a showdown in court over his alleged assault of a CTFM reporter in the heat of the disputed parliamentary primary. Now, listen to the president of the GJA, Kwabena Dwumfour, speaking at the news conference a short while ago.
Just like Madam Awa Kumsen, Farouk Aliu Mahama has also threatened to go to court over this assault case. I am on head with the perpetrator of a condemnable and a shameful act rather be threatening to sue. This can only happen in Ghana, where politicians with ballooned egos will be issuing empty threats after they have committed a crime. This is akin to adding insult to injury. After blatantly attacking the reporter in broad daylight and on live TV, is threatening court actions on allegations of defamation. It appears there is a sense of impunity that gives these public officials the impression that they can attack or cause an attack on journalists and media personnel and get away with it. We want to say it here and now that we cannot be cowed and intimidated with such a load of hot air threats. The courts are not in the bosom of any politician for them to think that their negative act will be condoned by the courts. And let me state here that this morning I woke up to Farouk Mahama's message. Around 5:27 in the morning, he sent me a message. Good morning. My lawyers are working on to sue the journalists all involved. Also for defamation. Rest my case. The name of the game is evidence, not just allegations. We want to let him know that as journalists, we don't dwell on assumptions and suspicions. We only base on facts and evidence. And I see this as a personal threat. Because if you want to go to court, why send me a message? You have no business in sending me a message. So if Honorable Farouk is listening, I see it as a personal threat, and I will deal with it as such. We are ready to meet him in court and wherever he wants to take the matter to sue. If Farouk Aliu Mahama does not sue the umbrella bodies, be it all of us gathered here, GJA, their foundation, Prem Park, Giba, City, we will sue him. And we can assure you. The judiciary, ladies and gentlemen, we equally want the court in Ghana to demonstrate their commitment to upholding freedom of expression and the safety of journalists. In this regard, we wish to appeal to the judiciary to issue more deterrent convictions for hoodlums who attack journalists. Now, a call on the Speaker of Parliament. We would like to call on the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Speaker Evans Mensah, to intervene in the Yendi case and haul the MP to the appropriate parliamentary committee to respond to his honourable behaviour. So we call on the Speaker, and we are going to petition him formally, refer this case to the Privileged Committee of Parliament to state on this matter. Colleagues, we are happy that Parliament reconvenes today, and we expect the leadership of the House to take action to reprimand the dishonourable MP for Yendi, Farouk Aliu Mahama. We have also directed the Parliamentary Press Corps, whose leadership, yes, are here with us this afternoon. Where are they? We have the leadership of the Parliamentary Press Corps. Yes, they are here with us afternoon. We have directed the Parliamentary Press Corps to enforce the media blacklist on Farouk Aliu Mahama, and I hope, and we hope, they will enforce same in our collective interest to end impunity against journalists.
And you just heard there the president of the GJA, Kwabena Dwumfour, speaking at the news conference. By the way, in the studio with me, my colleague Kojo Brace. And Kojo, Farouk Mahama had actually gotten his lawyers to send a demand notice to the GJA and to the journalists in question.
Yes.
What was he asking for?
So he's asking for them to do 5 things. So one, he says they should render in writing to the Farouk Aliu Mahama an unqualified apology for defaming him with that story they did. Now, he's also saying that the said apology should be published through the same medium by which the defamatory story was published.
And the defamatory story being the accusation that he assaulted the CTFM journalist.
Exactly, on the day they did their primaries. And then he's also saying that they should retract the false publication in a similar manner through the same medium their client was defamed. So it means that when you are retracting, it means they have to do a publication online on the same medium that they use in publishing the story about him slapping the journalist. Again, he says they should compensate him with a sum of 500,000 Ghana cedis as damages for the harm done to his reputation, as well as legal fees. And 5, to desist from ever publishing any similar defamatory information whatsoever and however against Farouk Aliu Mahama.
And this was written and issued by his lawyers on the 31st of January. Today is when the GJA held a press conference and repeated the claims. And clearly, as you've heard the GJA president say, they're calling his bluff and he should go ahead and proceed to court.
Because he added one thing in this letter, that you are hereby notified by this letter our intention to take legal action on behalf of our client against you if you fail to fulfill the demand made on you by our client in paragraph 14 above. They said 15, but I'm sure they're referring to 14. Within 7 days, inclusive of the day of service of this notice on you.
Okay,
and
so 7 days.
7 days from the day it was issued.
And let's bring in the president of the GJA, Kwabena Dwumfour, joins us right now. Mr. Dwumfour, thanks for your time here on Top Story.
Thank you, my good brother Evans, and your table team. Good evening to your cherished listeners.
So you received this notice this morning via WhatsApp, and we've read this official one too. It's been a few hours since that morning, this morning. Have you received a suit yet? Have you been served with a rate?
Evans, very interestingly, I've been at the GJ headquarters since morning. I've been here waiting for bailiffs to come and serve me with processes or summons from Farouk Mahama. Unfortunately, I haven't received any sector. And I can say without missing words that, look, even what you read, which being it his demand notice. Personally, I have not even opened the file to even read at all because these are just empty. Because I remember it was the day the issue happened on the Sunday. I personally called Farouk Mahama to ascertain from him or to get him corroborate the information. In fact, when I called, I realized that this was somebody who isn't ready to even either confirm or otherwise. All he could say is that he doesn't remember certain happening. And so, and immediately, right away, he told me he's going to sue. So he started talking about this court action on the very day the act happened. In fact, it happened on the Saturday. I called him on the Sunday, and Farouk told me this. So I am really surprised that look, one week after, and still counting about 10 days. Farouk is still issuing threats. We are not issuing threats. We have really acted based on the evidence before us, and as we said, we are waiting for him to start processing in court. If he doesn't, we are going to sue him. And like I said, even for the messages he sent to me, why would you send me a message? If you want to go to court, why would you have to send me a message? You have already issued a demand notice. So send me a message is more or less like an empty threat. But I see it to be a threat on my life, and I'm going to deal with it accordingly.
You see it as a threat on your life?
Yes, Evans.
How so?
Also, because Evans, if I want to see you, if I have issues, I want to see you, and I start sending you a message, I'll deal with you, I'm going to see you, take legal action. Isn't that, am I not threatening you? Because if you want to take civil actions or civil processes, do you have to send a message? Do you have to already? Yes, you have your constitutional right. You are within your constitutional right to go to court, and the court is open for everyone. But for you to send me a message at dawn, and he forwarded the demand notice to me. He forgot that the demand notice was served on my regional chairman. And if you serve a demand notice on my regional chair, you have served it on the president, on me as well. So I don't know why you have to forward the demand notice to me and then follow it up with messages.
He says the name of the game is evidence. He categorically denies that he assaulted the journalist. What do you have to back the assertions that, of course, the GJA and the media fraternity are prepared to make if this goes to court?
Evans, we have made things very clear. We have made it clear. I think that we also did. In fact, he's talking about evidence. We are talking about evidence here. I think that for him to say the name of the game is evidence, maybe he forgot that whatever happened, it was live on air. In fact, like I indicated earlier, the evidence before us, there is evidence before us. I can tell you, indict Farouk Mahama. And there's no way Farouk Mahama can exonerate himself wherever, being it in court, in the court of competent jurisdiction or any other place he finds himself. So, like we said, sometimes when you are going to battle or war with your enemy, you don't have to reveal all your ammunition or all your weapons out there. So, but we are saying that based on the evidence we have, in fact, very soon I believe that when City will release some of these visuals or videos for all of us to see. He forgot that when this action was happening, it was live because they had actually picked their correspondent live via Zoom. So we are not here to succumb to his empty threat. He said the game is evidence, so we are ready to prove him wrong in court.
Have we reported this assault to the police?
Oh yes, we said that in my briefing. In my statement, I said, yes, first of all, the victim, that is the city correspondent, reported the issue with the Yendi District Police Station, and then later I directed our regional chair in the northern region to follow up on the matter, and subsequently they referred the issue to the regional police command, and our lawyers are also following. We told our lawyers to follow up and make sure that at least the police will not go and prefer any weak charges on him. And so, in fact, the regional commander, the briefing I had from our regional chairman was that he is even a witness. He was a witness to the incident, and that we shouldn't worry at all. He's going to deal with the matter. So we are even surprised that Farouk is still working freely, and he has not even been arrested by the police at a time that Parliament is in recess. I don't think that we need to write Parliament when Parliament is in recess to invite or to arrest a member of Parliament. So we are very worried about the police, the definite silence of the police on this matter.
And you talked today also about the blackout in Parliament, journalists not covering him. You raised it with the Speaker?
Yes, of course. We have already served a notice, and in the coming days we will be calling on the Speaker. We are told that the Speaker will be leaving for Kumasi. That is for the Dwumfour Mentions program to go and get to Dwumfour. He will be back by Thursday or Friday, and we are making arrangements to meet with him and then to present our former petition to him. But until then, we have made a call, and we have also directed the Parliamentary Press Corps, which is also under the supervision of the GJA, to also make sure that they enforce the directive to blacklist this MP, this honorable MP. And we still stand by that.
On the issue of the threat on your life, as you construe it, have you filed the report to the police? You intend to do so?
Yes, I intend to do so. I'm going to do so, God willing, by close of day, by tomorrow, God willing. I think by now we are going to write. We are going to petition the IGP. We are going to petition the CID boss in this regard, because I don't intend to deal with this matter. Take it kindly. So I will do so, and I'll also sit with my lawyers to also advise the way forward in this regard.
And so your lawyers have been put on notice, awaiting Farouk Mahama's suit.
Of course. We are even ready. We are ready. We had our legal teams there. They were present at the press conference. We are ready. We are like Evans. It's time for us to end this impunity against the media. And I think that if an honorable member like Farouk can actually inflict injury on the journalist and still have audacity to come out and threaten the journalist or threaten the institution being the city, as well as the mother body, the GJA, then it means that this impunity is now going to another level, and we don't want to entertain that. We will watch. We will look on for the increasingly attack on the media to continue. We will do everything within our constitutional right, always, to make sure that we fight the impunity against journalists vis-a-vis attacks on the media, especially during this election year. So, Evans, we are very determined. We are we focused on our mission to make sure that we bring an end to this media attack.
Thank you very much. And that there is the president of the Ghana Journalists Association, Kwabena Dwumfour. As you heard him there, they are taking this very, very seriously. We're able to speak to Farouk Mahama himself, but this is a subject that we're keeping a close eye on as the GJA takes this matter up, and they say they are putting the lawyers on notice. But remember that this is happening within the context of a disputed elections, the MPP parliamentary primary in Yendi. And tonight, tensions are still brewing as a dispute over the parliamentary primary remains unresolved more than a week after the polls. Now, Mr. Mahama's contender has been insisting today that the party officers conspired with him to rig the polls. Now, she has sent me a detailed write-up putting across her own views on the matter. And I'm referring here to Hajia Abibata Shani Mahama, and you know her as the CEO, the chief executive of the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Maslock, and who came up against Farouk Mahama in Yendi in that highly divisive contest in that part of the northern region. In her message, she says the EC officer counted 229 and not 296, as stated in the EC's press release. So she is challenging the press release issued last week by the Electoral Commission, before one of the EC officers was seen pocketing my ballot papers and having an indelible ink pad in his pocket, was confronted by my brother, and she attaches a video. He says it's worth noting that my brother first reported to one of the police officers at the center, and he was adamant before he took the bold step to confront the officer. is never true, that I got up and was asked to sit down because I panicked. What actually happened was the fact that when the officer counting Farouk's ballots jumped from 69 to 80, it brought the attention of everyone to be vigilant. That led to the revelation of what the EC officials was engaged in, as described in point 1, as in pocketing the ballot papers, she alleges. He says in the national third vice chairman's declaration, as you know, the national third vice chairman went ahead and declared Farouk the winner, although the Electoral Commission says nobody has been declared a winner just yet. He says he was dictated to as to what to say. Now, and the national vice chairman had himself said to us that before he went ahead with the declaration, he had spoken to national officers of the party. The Madam Abibatar continues to say that to the extent that he mentioned that the alleged remaining 199 votes were in the possession of Farouk's agent, this is disputed by the EC in the release that they issued, where they indicated that the remaining ballots were not retrieved. After ballots are being sorted, only one EC officer counts for all contestants, and she insists that this whole outcome is part of a grand scheme to rig the polls there. She's already filed a petition with the party. The party still hasn't managed to resolve this yet. Last week, we spoke to Farouk Mahama himself, and he was clear when speaking to us that he observed the instructions that the third national vice chairman received from the national office in Accra to go ahead with the declaration. So where is the party tonight in resolving this matter, which really has generated all this controversy leading to the alleged assault of the journalist, as the GJA, of course, has now been dealing with? Let's bring in Haruna Mohammed. He is the Deputy General Secretary of the party. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed, for your time here on Top Story.
Thank you, Ivan.
So where is the party tonight in terms of resolving this dispute?
Ivan, I would say good evening to your cherished listeners. Actually, it's been a while that we have finished the parliamentary elections. That's a week now. The General Secretary had indicated openly that we'll bring finality to this particular matter. We sent various categories of officers to supervise these elections, including the Electoral Commission and the Ghana Police. We did indicate to you that we want to receive comprehensive reports from them. General Secretary in the just last 2 days or a day, just yesterday, had made a request to the IGP for certain categories of information with regards to the happenings on the voting day. Evans, what many don't know is that every voting center was having a mobile polling center where reports were being made if such had existed. So we want to get a comprehensive security report on this matter because it borders on violence and matters that emanated from various individuals that culminated to where we are today. So the party would not be in haste to come out and make pronouncements, but the party will seize the opportunity to look at all angles and then cross all the dots and make sure that the decision that is going to be taken will be a decision that everybody will accept.
In the meantime today, as you have left this unresolved, tension still brewing. Just before we came on air, we were speaking to the main contender, who herself is still pretty agitated because she sent a petition to the national office. Where are you in giving a hearing as far as that petition is concerned?
Yes, the petition was sent to NEC, and we all know the composition of NEC. NEC has not had sitting yet. So it will be difficult for one individual like me, as just a national officer, to be able to attend to a petition that has been sent to the National Executive Committee, which has a larger composition. So on this particular score, some of these petitions that have been sent to NEC are heard before NEC or are heard before the steering committee, who are in charge of the day-to-day running of the party in the absence of NEC. So these things will be brought before these bodies, and these bodies will look at it. But what I do know is that the steering committee has not had a sitting yet, and the NEC has not had a sitting yet. I think that the party will look at it at the appropriate time. It is not being put under the cupboard, but it is being put for attention to be given to that. And I believe that something will be done, and then the party will duly communicate to the public.
Fair to say that your constitution did not anticipate a situation where elections are disrupted midstream and you're unable to continue with the counting.
Come again.
I'm saying fair to say that your constitution did not anticipate this particular scenario in Yendi, where elections are interrupted midstream, counting is underway, unable to continue, the polls come to a crashing halt, and what to do. Your constitution didn't anticipate this.
Even the national constitution, that is the 1992 constitution, has not envisaged violence when elections are being conducted and counting cards and violence matters comes out for destruction.
Except that I asked that question because, and you rightly now mentions the national elections, when such actions do occur, the Electoral Commission will do a rerun of the polls in that area. And
because you have made reference to our party's constitution, I'm saying that even the national constitution has not provided any solution to any election process where violence comes in terms of voting and then counting stars and something like that has happened. We have not seen it before, except to say that my constituency in Zabzugu, when there was destruction of ballots during counting, the Electoral Commission proceeded to make sure that counting was done based on what was existing. I cannot profile that for this because the Electoral Commission is yet to make public as to what is outstanding and what is supposed to be done. The police is yet to submit to us a comprehensive report. The regional and the national report had come incomprehensively to tell the party what exactly the cause of the matters are. So we have to put all these things together to be able to get to a conclusion. For all we know, the Electoral Commission might have information that we don't have because we did not conduct the election. And I believe that Evans will give the opportunity to solve this particular matter once and for all.
So why don't you just organize a rerun of the poll? Your constitution did not anticipate it. You don't have a process for dealing with this. You run the risk of fracturing the party even more in Yendi. Just simply do a rerun.
That is what you are proffering. But the party at the national level might be looking at several other options. And I cannot say this is the option that the party is going to look at because the party will speak through the General Secretary when these matters are being resolved.
And the Electoral Commission has not advised the party yet because they were in charge of the poll.
Sure.
They've not advised the party yet on what?
They haven't.
They haven't. Okay. Thank you very much. That's Kwabena Mohammed there. If you're in Yendi tonight, you want to share your thoughts, do so. 055-1111-997. News Night in a minute.